Hello everyone. Today's topic is Phytophthora, one genus of the fungi, that is Phytophthora. Let us come to the classification. The kingdom of the Phytophthora is Mycota, division Eumycota, subdivision Mastigomycotina, class Oomycetes, order Perennosporals, and family Pythiaceae, and the genus is the Phytophthora. So many species are there, including the genus Phytophthora, and the most common species is Phytophthora infestans. Phytophthora infestans. This species is very common. It causes a disease. Name is lead blight of potato. It infects a leaf of the potato, and the name of the disease is lead blight of potato. So let us come to the life cycle of the Phytophthora. Before going to the life cycle of the Phytophthora, we have to know a little about the vegetative structure of the Phytophthora. So we know fungi made up of mycelium or many hyphae. So this is the Phytophthora, the graphical structure of the Phytophthora. So the mycelium is cynocytic, aseptate and hyaline. That means their mycelium is colorless. Many nuclei are there, but no septa or no cell wall is present inside the hyphae or the mycelium. They are profusely branched. Here you see the branch is profusely branched, and this is the host cell. Okay, this is the host cell. That means if the species is Phytophthora infestans, it attacks the leaf of the potato. That means the potato cell, the leaf of the cell, potato cell is the host cell. So it attacks the host cell and they form this hyphae. The hyphae is aseptate, hyaline, colorless, that means hyaline means colorless, and aseptate, that means no septa is present, and all nuclei are present freely. They are profusely branched, and the cell wall is made up of the chemical compound which is known as glucan. Then the cytoplasm, inside the cytoplasm, nuclei, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, vacuoles, oils, all these are present inside the cytoplasm. Then at the tip of the mycelium, sporangia is developed. It is a reproductive part. Later on we are discussing about this. Then RFM, that means reserved food material. Reserved food material of the Phytophthora is glycogen or well. The Phytophthora is reserved food material of the Phytophthora is glycogen or oils. So this is the structure, graphical structure of the Phytophthora. Then now come to the point, reproduction. Phytophthora reproduce by means of three ways: vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. The first one is the vegetative reproduction. They reproduce vegetatively by means of chlamydospores. This is the vegetative reproductive part or the vegetative reproductive spore. At the tip of the hyphae or at the tip of the mycelium, they form chlamydospore, and at the favorable situation or favorable environment, they come to the environment, settle in a soil or air, and then by means of wind or water they disperse, and after that from the one chlamydospore the hyphae or the sporangia or the vegetative structure hyphae is comes out. That means from the chlamydospore germ tube is developed, and this germ tube infected a host plant, and then they form one new Phytophthora. So this is the vegetative reproduction. After that, asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, they reproduce asexually by means of sporangia. Okay, so this is the structure of the Phytophthora. At the tip of the mycelium, one bag-like structure or sac-like structure they produce. This is known as sporangia, or sometimes they laterally produce one bag-like structure. This is the sporangia. So they are mainly oval shaped. The shape of the sporangia mainly oval, and they come out through the sporangia. Through the stomata. This is the leaf of the potato plant. That means this is the host plant. They infect the plant, and if we cut the leaf, then we can see that they infect the host cell. They profusely branch, and through the stomata, they comes out and form one sporangia. What happens inside the sporangia, when they get mature, that means the cytoplasm are migrates towards the edges of the sporangia, and they form a vacuole inside the sporangia. After that, inside the sporangia, spores are present, and the spores are motile. That means the spore are zoospore. So when zoospores are present, zoospores are formed, the sporangia are break down, and the zoospores comes out. Zoospores comes out, and when they get a suitable host, then the zoospore penetrates the host plant, and they form one new Phytophthora species. It is known as asexual reproduction because during the reproduction process, during that process, the Phytophthora produce the reproductive organ, that is sporangia, and from the sporangia the spores are produced, and from the spore the one new Phytophthora is formed. Then let us come to the sexual reproduction. Let us quickly finish up this. Now sexual reproduction. For this sexual reproduction, we need two strands, that is positive and negative. Positive one is female, and the negative one is male. Male reproductive part. So the sexual reproduction is mainly oogamous type. Sexual reproduction mainly oogamous type. Here the male reproductive part is known as antheridium, and the female reproductive part is known as oogonium. So generally, here in Phytophthora, antheridium is a globose swelling, and later on they form a funnel shaped structure. This is the antheridium, and oogonium is a pear-shaped or spherical structure. In sexual reproduction, what happens? This is the male reproductive, or the male symbol. Male reproductive organ, that is antheridium, forms a fertilization tube which enters in the oogonium through the receptive spot. This is the oogonium. It is a spherical or pear-shaped structure, and this is the antheridium. This is the antheridium, and this one is the oogonium. So antheridium, which enters in the oogonium through a receptive spot, and they form a fertilization tube. They form one fertilization tube, and through the fertilization tube they attach like this, and the antheridium form a fertilization tube, and through fertilization tube the male gamete enters into the oogonium, and the male gamete comes in contact with the female gamete, and they fuse and form one structure that is known as oospore. Okay. the male gamete through fertilization tube comes to the oogonium, and then it unite with the when they form oospore. After formation of the oospore undergo meiotic cell division, and after meiosis they form one germ tube, and germ tube, when they get the host tissue, from the germ tube one Phytophthora species is generated. Or sometimes after meiosis they form some spores from the oospore, that is known as zoospore, which is motile. The zoospore, when they come in contact with the host tissue, they form one Phytophthora species, and in this way, this is the cycle of the sexual reproduction. They form male, female, then fertilization, oospore, and after meiosis division, then they again form one species. So overall, this is the life cycle of the Phytophthora species. Thank you.